Good evening. The organisation representing rank and file police officers is tonight calling for a full merger of West Mercia and Warwickshire Police to protect frontline policing. The West Mercia Police Federation call comes as both forces face up to extra budget cuts over the next 5 years. West Mercia, which covers Herefordshire, Shropshire and Worcestershire, must save an extra £22 million over the next 5 years, while Warwickshire must save £9 million over the same period. Ben Godfrey reports.
The thin blue line could be about to get thinner. Faced with reduced government funding, West Mercia Police must save a further £22 million over the next 5 years. The Office of the Police and Crime Commissioner is trying to manage the cuts while plundering reserves to fill 200 police vacancies in the next 12 months.
They have made considerable savings and we're now sitting with a reserve of nearly £49 million. We're going to start using that reserve in relation to lessening the impact on policing over the next 5 years whilst we make further savings.
Meanwhile, Warwickshire Police must find £9 million of savings. Previous cuts saw the two forces axe a combined 400 posts. The Chief Constable signed up to a strategic alliance, sharing some back office functions. But the West Mercia Police Federation says a full merger is needed.
I think after May 2016 and the next PCC elections, that will have to become a serious consideration because it is an obvious way of saving more money. It would mean a single command team, one Chief Constable, one Deputy Chief Constable and of course one Police and Crime Commissioner plus all the associated support staff. That's where the savings will come from. Ron
Ball, Police and Crime Commissioner for Warwickshire, has made it quite clear during his term of office there will be no merger. As far as Bill and myself are concerned, we have an open mind. We will consider all options.
Police commissioners were elected in November 2012. They face public pressure to put more bobbies on the beat. It's clear that the taxpayer could bear some of these costs directly. There's a plan on the table to increase the police element of the council tax here to generate £1.7 million a year, which could divide public opinion.
I don't think we should have to pay any more. I think the money should be there for the police.
If it would get more police officers on the street, yes, but at the moment we see them few and far between.
I don't want to pay any more council tax and therefore I want the police funding to be kept as effectively low as it possibly can be.
Away from public office, West Mercia Police Commissioner Bill Longmore is facing his own personal battle. The 76-year-old has revealed he's being treated for lung cancer and will take time away from work after surgery. Ben Godfrey, BBC Midlands Today, Shrewsbury.
Joining us now from his constituency office in Cannock is the Conservative MP Aidan Burley, who is part of David Cameron's Police Reform Task Force. Good evening to you, Mr Burley. So the Police Federation says forces should merge. Is that the answer?
Well, size isn't everything, and of course we've been here before. Back in 2006, the previous government tried to create regional police forces before abandoning the plans when they realised they would make them less accountable to the communities they served and actually would cost a lot of money to merge the police forces. The proposed merger of Warwickshire and West Mercia would then cover an area of nearly 4,000 square, and I think inevitably would become more remote from the public at a time when we want police to be more accountable to the communities that they work for. I think what is needed in policing is far greater sharing of back office resources, forces sharing HR functions and IT and procurement of uniforms and cars and so on. But actually we want smaller police forces that are more accountable to the public, not great big regional ones.
So you are saying you're against a merger?
I'm against a merger because, as I say, I think the larger a police force becomes, the more remote it becomes from the public because it covers a larger area. And what you find happens is they start setting strategic targets at the top rather than having the sort of community-based policing that the public say they want. We want the police to be far more accountable to local people, more accountable to the public, but actually there are huge savings to be had in the back offices where the 43 police forces, including Warwickshire and West Mercia, could share functions like HR and procurement.
Just looking at specifics then, West Mercia are talking about further savings that have to be made, but the Commissioner's talking about more bobbies on the beat. How can that be possible?
Well, I think what we need to get away from is this numbers game where the effectiveness of a police force is measured solely on its headcount. The problem we have in this country is that the average copper spends more time doing paperwork than on patrol. The Home Office's own figures show that the police spend around 14% of their time on patrol compared to 19% on paperwork. And if you consider this one statistic, if you could increase the amount of time an officer spends on the beat from 1/5 of their working day to 2/5 of their working day, you would effectively double the police presence on the streets of England and Wales without recruiting a single extra officer. So what we need to focus on, as the government has been doing, is reducing bureaucracy.
Aidan, Burley, thank you.